Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has repeatedly raised Kashmir on the global stage, openly aligning with Pakistan against India. But when Ankara began to meddle directly in India's internal affairs, New Delhi decided enough was enough. Today, India is striking back, not through empty rhetoric, but through smart strategy. From Armenia to Athens, from the Aegean to the Arabian Sea, New Delhi is hitting Turkey where it hurts most. And the latest naval standoff between Indian and Turkish warships only highlights that a new geopolitical fault line has opened up. Before we move forward, please like, share, and subscribe Strategic Vanguard and be up to date with the latest news and happenings from the world of defense, strategic, and international affairs. Tune into our video channels in YouTube and Rumble. And if you want to hear the audio version, tune into our Strategic Vanguard channels in Spotify and Amazon Music. Historically, Turkey and India never shared a direct conflict. Diplomatic ties were polite, trade existed, and relations were functional. But things changed drastically in the last decade. Under Erdogan's vision of neo-Ottomanism, Turkey began expanding its influence across the Muslim world. Ankara positioned itself as a rival to Saudi Arabia and the UAE, championed the cause of Palestine, and even started projecting power in Africa and Central Asia. But in South Asia, Erdogan took a step that India could not ignore. He internationalized Kashmir. Visuals: Erdogan at Yunga, OIC meetings, joint exercises with Pakistan. At the United Nations General Assembly, Erdogan raised Kashmir multiple times, directly challenging India's sovereignty. Turkey began backing Pakistan diplomatically in the OIC, pushing for resolutions critical of India. Defense cooperation between Turkey and Pakistan deepened. Drone technology, naval frigates, and aircraft upgrades. For India, this was more than rhetoric. It was an overt attempt by a foreign power to undermine its territorial integrity. And in the world of geopolitics, Kashmir is India's ultimate red line. Kashmir has always been the most sensitive fault line in India's foreign policy. Even friendly nations know better than to cross it. By openly siding with Pakistan, Erdogan did what even China and the Arab Gulf states often avoid. He inserted himself directly into India's domestic issue. India's diplomatic patience ran out. And in strategic terms, when a rival hits your weakness, you counter by targeting theirs. That is exactly what New Delhi set in motion against Ankara. One Armenia, countering Turkey in the Caucasus. Turkey's strongest ally is Azerbaijan, locked in a bitter conflict with Armenia over Nagorno-Karabakh. India saw an opportunity. In 2022, New Delhi signed a defense agreement with Armenia worth hundreds of millions of dollars, supplying Pinaka rocket systems, anti-tank weapons, and training. This wasn't just a defense export. It was a geopolitical message. If Ankara can play the Pakistan card, India can play the Armenia card. Armenia gets a reliable weapons supplier. India gains a foothold in the Caucasus. Turkey feels the pressure of its Armenian fault line. Greece and Cyprus. Naval counterbalance in the Mediterranean. Turkey's second major vulnerability is its rivalry with Greece and Cyprus. For decades, Ankara and Athens have clashed over the Aegean Sea, maritime boundaries, and Cyprus division. Here, too, India moved quickly. In recent years, India has expanded defense and strategic cooperation with Greece. High-level visits, joint naval drills, and a closer military relationship are taking shape. With Cyprus, India has built a quiet but firm understanding. Nicosia has backed India's Kashmir position in international forums, while New Delhi strengthens its ties to balance Ankara. By engaging Greece and Cyprus, India has inserted itself into Turkey's most explosive neighborhood dispute. 3. Aligning with France, UAE, and Israel. Turkey has managed to antagonize multiple powers at once. France, due to disputes in the eastern Mediterranean and North Africa. The the UAE because of competition for Islamic leadership, Israel over Gaza and Erdogan's constant criticism. India has deep partnerships with all three. By aligning more closely with Paris, Abu Dhabi, and Tel Aviv, New Delhi indirectly strengthens its anti-Turkey stance without ever naming Ankara directly. This is the hallmark of India's retaliation: targeted, subtle, and effective. Before we move forward, please like, share, and subscribe Strategic Vanguard and be up to date with the latest news and happenings from the world of defense, strategic, and international affairs. Tune into our video channels in YouTube and Rumble. And if you want to hear the audio version, tune into our Strategic Vanguard channels in Spotify and Amazon Music. The latest flashpoint came at sea. In a recent incident, Indian and Turkish warships found themselves in a tense standoff in the Mediterranean. What began as a routine patrol turned into a moment of geopolitical signaling. The Turkish Navy, projecting itself in waters close to Cyprus and Greece, encountered an Indian warship deployed for exercises and strategic presence. The message was unmistakable. India is willing to project power far beyond the Indian Ocean, even into Turkey's backyard. For Ankara, this was a warning shot. It is no longer dealing with a distant South Asian power, but with a global player willing to defend its interests worldwide. To understand why this rivalry matters, we need to look at the bigger picture. Erdogan's Turkey dreams of reviving Ottoman influence, controlling sea lanes, dominating Islamic leadership, and asserting power in West Asia, Africa, and even South Asia. But every great ambition creates resistance. India, with its growing naval power, expanding alliances, and strategic partnerships, is positioning itself as a counterweight. From Caucasus, via Armenia, Eastern Mediterranean via Greece and Cyprus, Middle East via UAE and Israel, India is surrounding Turkey with subtle but effective balancing moves. This is not a declared confrontation, it's a shadow contest, a rivalry unfolding across multiple theaters. Where could India-Turkey tensions go from here? 3 possibilities stand out. 1. Diplomatic hostilities intensify. Erdogan will likely continue raising Kashmir at global forums. India will retaliate by quietly backing Armenia, Greece, and Cyprus even more strongly. 2. Naval encounters expand. As India's blue water navy grows, expect more encounters in the Mediterranean and beyond. Turkey, with its growing naval ambitions and drone fleet, will seek to showcase power projection. The standoffs may increase, even if they don't turn into open conflict. 3. A larger power game. Turkey aligns with Pakistan and possibly even China. India aligns with Greece, Armenia, France, UAE, Israel. This creates a new mini-block rivalry, stretching from the Mediterranean to South Asia. For India, Kashmir is not negotiable. When Turkey crossed that red line, it triggered a chain of retaliation. From supplying Armenia, to supporting Greece and Cyprus, to staring down Turkish warships in the Mediterranean, New Delhi has shown that it will not let Ankara's interference go unanswered. This is not just about India and Turkey. It is about a new world order where powers are testing each other across regions. And in this new rivalry, the message is clear. Turkey underestimated India's reach, and India is reminding Ankara that every action has consequences. Thank you for joining us on this Strategic Vanguard deep dive. If you found value in this analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We bring you fresh deep dives every Wednesday and Saturday here on YouTube and Rumble, and you can also catch the audio versions on Spotify and Amazon Music. Just search for Strategic Vanguard Deep Dive. For more insights, articles, and discussions, subscribe to our blog at strategicvanguard.com. Your support helps us grow and bring you more in-depth analysis on defense, geopolitics, and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay strategic.